everybody, welcome to it. This is Jive Trends. Fortunately or unfortunately, I have to do this by myself. My name is Keith Koza. This show is a show that keeps you entertained on what's happening on social media. Now, I'm alone today simply because my partner in crime, Curly Whitney, is not feeling well. He was able to send out some shots of what's happening to him. So let's watch that as our first trending clip. Oh, well, I hope he gets well soon and our prayers are with him. You can also send in your comments and also your well wishes for Curly Gwindi. Right, as we continue with the show, one trending clip that's been going around on social media is the one of Pangol. RIP to the Zimix dealer. Now, the Harare Zimix Mall dealer Tafadzwa Marengwa, who is popularly known as Boss Pangolin, committed suicide after drinking a yet-to-be-known substance. There was a near stampede at the Zimix Mall in Harare on Thursday last week after Tafadzwa threw United States dollars in the air and people rushed forward to pick up the raining cash. This was after he was released on bail for charges on the now late girlfriend, Samantha Ruvimbo Zapata. Now, on Friday, the 29th of July morning, Boss Pangolin allegedly shot and killed his girlfriend along Simon Mazoreze Road after accusing her of cheating on him with a married man. He was on the run after he committed the crime, and police had appealed to anyone who had information that could lead to his arrest. However, Boss Pangolin was found in Harare just after midnight on Saturday, locked in his vehicle after drinking an unknown poisonous substance. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's happening. Mijolo is not really a pandemic. I mean, there are basic principles that we can follow. I grew up watching my aunts, my parents, my brothers, my older sisters having long-term relationships that lasted the test of time. I don't know what's happening to us, but let's watch some footage on the late Zimix dealer and ngathi love yatafadzwa nya Samantha.
So angry, don't answer with this. Is you. Is everything okay? And I'm going to see, and I'm going to brush her off. There's a lot about that in our court. Stand up court because I'm going to any peace order. Why any peace order? Hey, peace order. And chat to one about doing and I say, I'm to do boom, and I'll do better than a funny I go to scroller. Panagashura, something, Angasaja to the to Angatun living gave up. About court cookies going to zoga. When the poor someone's in the investigation officers and some other people have an old big picture. Attempts to save. They had war in shower. At Kovna, and Nambawana Samantha Nagapaga at a distance, but Nishwana get drowned. Nagapaga at a distance. Nagapaga at a distance, Udarun, Dobana Bandazu. I got my 5, my sister Aggie. I have my 5, my sister Aggie. I know better 10 minutes out of Mumba. That guy we Ndabanamu Ziaga, the Motagiaga Montumire. Angar gate bana Samantha, but don't tour of when I say Kuloj. I mean, over again. Then I don't find that, but you want to unem cards and the Avaskana. When I got to one who teach the road side, our life and honor. Wakaji married Zebra, get say you then the bone where which does all with us a dar. But I'm going to put it as far as I know day and denied chag, we have a tea, it as it as it as it as it as it. And I would have did a boji, a boom there. As not seen, and a muka. Samantha Badanga Urambaji, Fundra, brother, young one, Umbaku do, I just say. Originally, as Roman when I realized to sure this person is sleeping around again, run at and chad. So, I'm going to go to Nayo. She got my 2 and 3. But uona iwewe from the onset paukaona kuti hauchada nezvangu, you're not even supposed to accept goods from me. Ende pamwe tikadai tisina tozombosvika pakutaura kana kusvika pakunetsana kwatiri kutoita izvezvi. You took goods from me, and that meant kuti inini you were giving me hope kuti there's going to be us somewhere somehow someday. But after ndarealiza zvemupesi uyu handichada, that's when I had a few clothes of her. Ndovanaenda kubasa kwake, ndovanhu vanozvisiya nemapiritsi nemachichi zvavaitora kubasa, zvimalubricates zvimachii. Ndovanhu vaudzana kuti ini ndonetsana nani nemunhu uyu, izvi ndo zvinhu zvake. Ana mai kubasa kwake pavaona kuti kune mapiritsi, vatoti mapiritsi aya nemalubricants aya nemachichi ndezvekubasa kaizvi. Obata iwe saka iwe wazviwana kupi? Tada kutokusungisa nati mai zvinhu ndozvipiwa naSamantha. Ndipo wabva wamufonera zvikanzi uri kupi? Hamuna kuataura, ubvaisa foni paloud, ndopatanga kuwadza zvikanzi ndakutosvika kumba, ndaenda mutown, ndaenda kuHighlands Police. Kanzi udaenda kuHighlands Police, pane maripoti vatomunyepera zvikanzi pane maripoti atatongotarisira wakanyora zvisiri izvo. Abara it's fine, I can come, don't worry. Abva ndabuda ndikati am I excused, ndakasiyira nhamba ndabuda. Manheru not manheru, sikambote yazongopfuura nepamberi pangu zviri superstitious zvekuti yanga ichimhanya, ndatanga kuiteera ndichiiteera, ndasvika nayo kuMbare uko. Saka pandaona moteya kuenda kuMbare, that's when I realized kuti vanhu ava vari kuenda kumba kwanani, kwanaSamantha. Andoona vandati hawo iri bho. Pese apa I'm talking to the sisters naiye pfani yemwe anonzi Fadzai, the firstborn. Tikuonesana kati tikutaura zvatikutaura, vachindipopotera vachiita sei. Yes, Samantha achitaura zvemapayment plan and all that nini. Kati it's okay. Nini chanongoda mari yangu. And probably pamwe newachi yangu yandakakutengerei. Because inini I was buying you nchitokuudza things are going to be okay. Watch, and it's fine. Vachituka tu. Saka ndazosvika pagate pavo manje. Ndasvika parodi pana Simon Mazorodzi. Ndamuona ine kamunin'ina kake kafadzi kakepi vari two. Panapa ndati ko Samantha zvofamba sei? Wakandoramba kutodana neni murume wemunhu here? Ora chindiudza kuti kuita sei nezvemari, abva atanga kumhanya, otanga kukanda matombo. Panapa ndatoti imbomira Samantha. Anga asitomboda kunzwa zvekumira nekuda sei. Inotse munhu wanga ari in his emotions and feelings, nanangu ridza pfuti pavanga vari ipapo ndichishuda panga bose vanga vakaita vakabatana nekamunin'ina kake vakabata musoro. Ndobva ndazomutsa mota, ndobva ndaenda kumazoe, inonzi ndanoenda kubhindura. Saka inonzi pane munhu andakamirira mubhindura, ndoda ndipe a few things. Because kumba ndatobva makuseni ndichitovaudza kuti handisi kudzoka, chichichi ndakavaudza ndichitovaba ndaivanyepera kuti ndikuenda kuChina kubasa. Ndobva ndabva ndangoenda kunonzi kuchi, naenda kubhindura kunokwandirisa kubhindura isiso ndiri muna popgam munyame. Pane mufesi wangu wandida kuona ari Frederick. Mangu ndoona chete, ndobva ndarova mota ndaenda kubhodha kumaundaro ino. Ndoti panozokwana 6 o'clock I think ndenge ndisachatowaniki. Ndaenda. I know I acted out of emotions, it's wrong, and zvakandikurira singaiti ndidzimwe hasha dzachona dzandakatowana dzadzi dzekuti after everything that I had tried to make things right, ndakadriva Zimbabwe yese ndikaenda kwaGutu ndakanotengera mai vake grocery $200, ndakabhadharira munin'ina wake fees, ndakamusiyira 6,000 rands pachina paakaramba undiona ndienda kubed beach last week apo. Ndakamusiyira 6,000, ndadai ndakanoona baba vake chaivo kubhindura kwavanoshanda nekugara. Ndakanoona tete vake kuchitungisa. I really tried everything, and the way that she was now acting ndozvazoita kuti ndikwanise kuwedzera hasha. Because inini when I talked yesterday to my brother Nyasha nadhedhi wangu futi vamwe vechitu, vakatoti tafadzwa chingosiyana nazvo. Ndakatoti she's not the last born of the world. Vasikana vakazara, and Samantha anga asingambonyanya nhaka zvokuti ndikatozonzi ndapengeswa, but munhu wekungoti munenge makaklika and like that, makangoklika makangozvichifaya muchiwirirana. saka itimes unowacalculate uchiona maoptions. And I got just last month total jobs, I got a job USA paya patatozoenda because of nditoti I've got a new job, but I'm not willing to go for the job because I'm not willing to go for the job because handisati ndaroorana newe. I can only leave Zimbabwe kana ndaroorana newe ndachata, so that you follow me nespousal visa. I turned down the offer. Then akaziya akangonditi ita akutafadza, since aiziva kuti ane zvimwe zvinhu zvaari kuita kumba kwake. Amenwa man, kusara zviri bhoo. I know ndakanganisa, ndatadza, ndadii, vanhu vadzapata. I'm really sorry. May you please forgive me. I know hazviregerereke, but I'm sorry. I was just too much into my emotions. I tried a lot. Kubva pandanetsana Samantha 3 weeks back kusvika pari nhasi ndatambisa mari inosvika zvekuma 3000, ende 3000 ndakatanga kuda kuiflasha chero pane mumwe musikana akanaka anenge pokelo anogona kutombondipa benefit of doubt kana for a month or two because mari iyo yakawanda, but yese yenge ngori mari yedamage control. Hama dzake dzese paanowanisina kuisira airtime tichitaurai naSamantha, itai so, itai so, itai so, but the way she was now treating me, and also zvekuti munhu anozosvika pakuti anokudhampira married man yaflanka life yako amisa zvinhu zvakawanda, hazvina kundiitira mushe. Asi zvandaita izvi ndokubvuma, hama dzadiwa, ndakanganisa zvisingaiti. Nezuro chaichei pamukaona ndakatenderera mutauni ndakakanda mari inosvika kuma 2000. I was just frustrated, saka kahaipi kaikekutongoti vanhu vanga vangonditi pangu 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 mhene chichi zvakatombondi reliever for a few seconds ndobva ndazongosvika pari nhasi. Saka apa pamendipindura mota yangu yandinayo yakakwanisa kungobhadharwa kana a small amount yekuti ndokwanisa kuyambuka, and I start all over again ndiri somewhere away from this place.
Now, one would say that this relationship maybe lacked a little bit of wisdom. So we're going to look at another trending clip that also talks about relationships. And this one is coming from Prophet Magaya, who asks, what is wisdom? Now, my sisters out there, I just want you to know that you need to have a vision, because vakomana vemazuva vane wisdom. Let's watch that clip.
Boys of today are now wise. They don't just marry these days. They also check the level of wisdom, the level of vision, because marriage is right now, it's a combination of two people who are trying to drive the same vision together. You can't just marry a sister who is clueless of where she's going. You can't. It's a risk. It's a risk. Nobody must invest in your vision without them having a vision. It's a risk. Let me advise you, boys. Ask the vision first before you.
Now, and if you don't know what wisdom is, I'm hoping you have a brief or a vague idea of what it is. And we're still talking to these pastors. We found another one from Africa who's also trending, talking about what exactly wisdom is and its levels. Let's watch that one again.
When you find people who love you for who you are, pay the price and keep them. Swallow your pride and keep them. Not everybody has that time to love you for who you are. This is wisdom. And when God lifts you, please obtain grace to see the people who love you sincerely. The great are largely surrounded by sycophants.
Now, another thing that is very important in relationships is that we are no longer keeping the promises or keeping the promise that is needed. And I saw this coming from a clip that I saw on WhatsApp of a couple that was young, probably in their 20s, and then they took the same picture about 30 or 40 years later, and they were still together, just a little bit older, but they were still together. Talking about that, some promises are meant to be kept for a lifetime. And tips to how to keep these promises is that you need to be organized in life. We often make promises impulsively, and you also need to be motivated. It's much easier to keep a promise when you genuinely want to do so. And another thing that I want you to do is to never over promise. You need to know your limits when you're setting these promises. Now that's it. These ones coming in from the revolving story around Tafadzwa and Samantha. Wishing you guys to have proper and lasting relationships and that you don't trend for the wrong reasons. Now another one that's been trending on social media is the new one from Holy 100 featuring DJ Towers. Now, our controversial pastor, Passion Java, and DJ Towers released the Holy 10 diss song Mungamudaro, which was an animated video, and it reached 1 million views in one day. So our controversial prophet has set another milestone achievement. Passion Java, the controversial prophet and social media enthusiast, had escalated his feud with Holy 10 musician, and by doing something unseemly for man of cloth. Java collaborated with the equally controversial producer socialite DJ Towers to release a diss track directed at Holy 10. Passion Java went to use the alias Holy 100 for the tracks, and the song is said to be popular drill for the hip-hop trends, and it's a remake of the late John Chibadra's classic music, Mudiwa Janet. Passion Java refers to the photos of Holy 10's girlfriend Kimberly Richard, who had an intimate date with Wilbert Muzarawetu at Harare's N1 Hotel. Trending for the wrong reasons, I don't know, but let's watch a few clips from the animated video, Mungamudaro. Holy 100 and DJ Towers, ladies and gentlemen.
302 anyone Mungamudaro here Mungamuda Mungamudaro here Mungamuda Mungamudaro here Mungamuda Mungamudaro here Mungamuda But 302 anyone Mungamudaro here Mungamuda 302 anyone Aiwepo Angabane gamwe gashiri Kaiva moko akapfupi Kapfupi pfupi uyo Ademsoro nege brum Ndokusiwa negashiri gachibururuka Kunomara pa anyone Ndinoreva yeku South Africa Akasara mkomana unyanidza face kunge lemoni rabva kusvinwa anzi 302 anyone Mungamudaro here Mungamuda Mungamudaro here Mungamuda Mungamudaro here Mungamuda Mungamudaro here Mungamuda But 302 anyone Mungamudaro here Mungamuda 302 anyone
Yomfana we baby rakakutaurira lakati no strings attached you are we are ne rope mlove apa iwewe mfana we awukoni kuswima ndosako kanyura murudo kunyura murudo.
Now, I've actually never heard a song where DJ Towers actually drops a few bars, so I'm guessing this is an upgrade for him. And while we move on to more lighter notes, scientists are still investigating why visitors always prefer to pretend to focus on the TV whenever they have food coming. I saw that one on social media. It still bothers me all the more, nevertheless. And talk about eating, let's talk about eating in public transport. I guess it goes to show that there are a lot of people who are at home, so you decide to eat your food in the public transport. I don't know why, but I experienced it twice during the course of this week. No comments. I think I'm just going to leave that to you guys out there to comment on our comment section. Now, another thing about public transportation, I don't know why people do it. You'll be waiting outside the bus. You're ready to go. You're not talking to anyone, but as soon as you get into the bus, you want to give your final instructions outside the window, your bus. How much are your bananas going for? Can I get some putties? And all that stuff, but you were outside the bus. Why did you get all these ideas as soon as you got inside the bus? I don't know why. Maybe it's a level of disrespect to have your conversations outside the bus. I don't know. But talking about levels of disrespect, coming from levels of wisdom, we want to talk about levels of disrespect. Now, disrespect can include shaming, can include name calling, humiliation, demeaning comments. But I saw a guy in town during the course of this week. Hanzi wetu gere mdara. Apo mdara wajo anezuda. Is that disrespect? I think it is. And I happened to bump into this video on social media. Let's have a watch. Maybe it's humor, because I found that pretty funny, and hopefully I don't bold anytime soon, so that I'm not caught up in that conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into something a bit more funnier. Talking about Charles Maraba, who was born in 1981. He is a popular Zimbabwean comedian who is well known for acting as Maraba on Kafupi's comedies. For contrast and actual joking from Maraba, he tells us a story that happened in 1935 of rains. Let's watch that.
Shishanu 24 kukadzi 1935 gore ranga niri form 4 musoro wenyaya kurowa kwememo
handi panhanga nyaya kusvika pamhedziso saka dodo kunaya kwemvura
kunaya.
Classic Maramba right there. In 2020, he wasn't feeling so good. I hope he's feeling much better right now. We haven't heard from him in a moment. So I hope he gives us some new content that we'll have right here on the show, ladies and gentlemen. If there's anything that you feel should be put on the show, get in touch on any of our social media at Jive TV Official and send us your clips. We'll be more than happy to feature you or your clips on the show and also give you credit for being our content supplier. And now, lots of people told me that I wouldn't amount to anything, but look, I am on TV. I want to give you a point. You don't have control on what happens to you, but you do have control on how you react to what is done to you. So with that being said, lots of people told me that I couldn't make it, and this was my reaction, and I hope it's going to be your reaction too. Let's watch that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you put a smile on face. I hope it motivated you to also get inspired to do the best that you can do in spite of all the adversity that may come your way. Now, another thing that I also want to give to you is when you are successful, I want you to remember one thing. When you get to the top of your success, remember, press G. So the elevator will go down and the next person can also climb to the top. Let's watch that video.
When you take the elevator to the top floor of success, as you step out, please press G.
So it goes back down.
Down. So that at least there's someone who's going to get the lift behind you. But what we do, bro, we just get out of the elevator and move on.
And they say they break the elevator so it doesn't work no more.
Yeah. Stop all the buttons.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it that we had for Jive Trends. We are wishing a speedy recovery to Curtly wherever he is. I hope he watches this show and it makes him even healthier and ready to come through next weekend. We'll get more from you guys and we'll also give you some more right here. You're watching Jive TV. My name is Keith Koza. Remember to follow us on social media. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, be safe.